Hello there, running ears. It's Manny again, and just got back from a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Guys who were there, those of you who weren't, it was a great weekend. I'm going to go over everything that happened. Guys, it was amazing. I'm just going to say real quick to get it out of the way. Please subscribe. You guys have been doing an amazing job. We're almost at 500. Guys, remember, this is your channel. I'm going to keep adding to it. You guys inspired me, which is going to bring me to my next topic. When I do these videos, I kind of write down what I want to say. Sometimes it's specific, sometimes it's just kind of general, and then I'll just kind of ad-lib. This one was kind of difficult because I didn't know how to thank you guys. This weekend to me was amazing. A lot of you guys came up and just started talking to me. The stories that you shared were amazing, guys. It sinks in to me a lot more than you probably even think. I started this channel, I wanted to do this channel to give back information because it had given so much to me, and the runDisney events had given so much back to me, and I wanted to share. I wanted people to enjoy themselves when they went out there, and what you guys did this weekend to me was amazing. I felt you guys. It was amazing. It was a pleasure meeting every single one of you guys. Please, and some people said, you know, I wasn't sure if I should come up to you and talk to you because you might have been recording and stuff. Please do, please do. I'm a person too. I am very simple, so I don't mind when people come and chit chat with me. I love the stories, and I can go on and on and on about you guys, and I probably will one of these videos. But I'm gonna go and we're gonna talk about what happened at Wine and Dine. So without further ado, let's see what happened at Wine and Dine. So first off, I already put the 10K video out. The half marathon video will be out later this week. So just to get that out of the way. Let's start off with the expo. So we'll start off talking about the expo. Guys, I don't know what you guys thought about it, and I try to get a pulse, and I was also following some social media. It looked like some people did not like it. I think most people did. I had no issues with it. We were in one of the earlier virtual queue lines, so we were 13. We got in pretty quickly. Obviously, I got some good stuff, well, guys. I got the Magic Band. I got both Magic Bands, actually, but the other one was in Wine and Dine. I got the annual pass holder cup. I got the annual pass holder shirt. I got the regular shirt. I got quite a few things. I got the glass. I always get the glasses. Those are really, really cool. But guys, the reason Disney did this, obviously, is to slow down the resellers. You're not going to stop them, but it slowed them down. I thought it was a great idea. I thought that bringing people in, allowing people to bring in family members, that was a great idea. I think I got a little bit of a feedback where saying, well, it was 45 miles away or shorter was the only way that you could actually get in. I think they can expand it a little bit more. I think, again, they're going in the right direction, especially to stop the resellers. Do I think that it's a finished product? No, I don't think so. There's a couple of things that I wanted to go over, and I realized I'm not going to go over with them yet because I think that it would put out there to the resellers. If you resellers are listening, then they might get ideas of what to do. But again, I'm going to reach out to runDisney, and I'll share with you later on a couple of ideas that I have to kind of make it better. But overall, I thought it was good. I think from my understanding, the third day, they still had quite a bit of merchandise. I know the second day, I had recorded the first day, I went back the second day, and they basically had almost everything that we saw the first day. I don't believe there was much missing, maybe a little bit of shortage when it came to sizes for the Spirit jerseys and some of the pins, but besides that, I think all of the pins were still there. But this was the second day, it was about noon, midday. So, guys, what did you think about the expo? That's a good topic. That's a hot topic. But I thought it wasn't bad. I didn't think, again, it's not a finished product, but I think they're going in the right direction. So the second topic I had today was transportation. And to me, transportation went pretty well. I was staying at Port Orleans Riverside, and the only times leaving the expo the second day, I had to wait for a bus for a little bit. But the lady there was really nice. I saw some people there. We started chit-chatting, and that's what, guys, you can do. You can kind of go off your stories and stuff. It's really cool. You get to know somebody. You get to get the feel of the land, what other people are thinking. So to me, transportation wasn't bad. I tried to look at social media to see what was going on, and I only heard of one incident where the driver got lost, but then he ended up getting it back, so they were a little bit later than they wanted to be, but it wasn't bad. Again, guys, share if you had a different experience, but it looked like overall transportation was not bad this weekend either. Now we come to the hard part. The number 3 is what the weather. So during the 5K, I could even sense it because I was walking around with people who were going to walk around, do the 5K, and this was Thursday evening, and they were saying it's only the 5K, so we're not worried about staying out. We're not going to stay out too late, but they were out there, and it felt cool. And from all intents and purposes, because I did not do the 5K, it was nice temperature. Now, once it came to the 10K, it started off cool, but it got humid. The good news is we stayed in the dark for most of the time, so it didn't get extra hot. Although it was a little bit humid, even though it was cool, it still was all right. Now, forward to Sunday, the last day. And once that sun came up, especially after the rain, it got very, very humid. People were struggling more. I know I struggled more during that time. It was the last 5-6 miles that got a little bit hectic. Now, guys, this is one of the things I try to tell you guys is prepare for anything. And especially, I have done the marathon where mile marker 5, my shirt is drenched with sweat. And I have to run 21 more miles. So guys, prepare for anything. I feel bad for you guys who train in nothing but cold weather, then all of a sudden have to transition. But that's when you wear the clothes that's breathable. That's when you drink more water, more hydration stations. Make sure you get your electrolytes in. And one of the things I added to my notes is that I noticed that a lot of people had their own backpacks, their own hydration. And if it's working for you guys and you feel comfortable doing it, please do it. The whole rule of running is if it's working for you, do it. Don't try to do something else unless it's like not viable. So just plan accordingly, do what you can. But the weather was a hindrance. But think about it this way, guys. Everybody had to run in that same weather. So we all experienced the same things. So when people say, well, I went through this, well, you got to remember, 11,000 runners went through the same thing also. So guys, I thought the weather was a little harsh on Sunday, but it's something that we got to persevere. So let's move on. So now we go to the course. So the course, I didn't do the 5K, but it's usually pretty simple around Epcot. I know that for a fact. The 10K was not bad. Again, we ran mainly in Epcot. We actually, and I'm sorry, I should say, we went a little bit into Hollywood Studios. We ran down the boardwalk, which is pretty cool. We get to see the hotels, they're lit up and stuff, and that was pretty fine. Now I come to the half marathon, and a lot of people were, I got to see again social media talking to people, a lot of people were more upset that they changed it, that Animal Kingdom was not involved this time. And yes, I miss Animal Kingdom, but I understand why they're trying to do this, because usually we touched a little bit inside of Hollywood Studios the last few years during the Wine and Dine half marathon weekend. But this time we ran a lot more. So we added Galaxy's Edge, we added Toy Story Land. As a matter of fact, I pulled over at Galaxy's Edge to get my virtual queue for Cosmic Rewind, which I ended up getting. But I was there, it was nice, it was really cool. But I do have a suggestion, and I know that it's going to be harder to do, and I understand why they did it. So I'll explain why they did it first, and then I'll say why they shouldn't have done it. So why they did it was because if we get into the parks early on, the first part of the run, and if you notice, first part of the run was in the parks, and we were out in the streets. All right, so that means that it's going to be less congestion in the parks once the parks open. So I understand that coming from the Disney side. But when the temperatures, now going back to the weather, when the temperature gets that hot, the more distractions, the better. So in the second half, we were just running up and down hills outside of Hollywood Studios, outside of Epcot, going into Epcot. We basically touched Epcot, went in, and that was it. So the last 5-6 miles, were not as scenic as the first ones were, and that's when we needed more of a distraction. So Disney, I would suggest that you turn it around. And the reason is, again, we don't know what the temperature is going to be. Last year was cold. This year was warm. But the distraction is going to help, especially when the weather is affected like it was this year. So that's when I say, yeah, just change it around. It's hard. It's harder to do. Easy to say, harder to do. Again, I've actually had to put on runs, so I understand that concept. But if Disney's listening, then maybe think about doing it the other way. That way you're going to have a lot better feedback when it comes to runners. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that if we would have run the second half in the parks instead of the first half in the parks, do you think you would have felt a little bit different? I'm pretty sure you guys still would have been sweating and everything, but I think you might have felt a little different. So what do you guys think? I don't want to think for you guys. And let's move on to the next topic. So the next topic is going to be hydration and potty stops, basically first aid stations and so forth. I think they did an excellent idea, especially the second day. I can tell that they adjusted. I think the 10K, there was only 3. I don't know how many it was for the 5K, but there was only 3 hydration stations. They did have first aid stations. They did have places that you can take a potty. By the second day, you can tell that they added more. I heard of rumors that they were even going to shorten the course. They didn't. I like running the whole thing, even though if I have to struggle, I like running the whole thing. But there was more hydration stations. I thought they did a great job. Again, what do you guys think? Were you able to stay hydrated? Were you able to get enough hydration? So the sixth topic that I want to talk about that I wrote down was one that's gonna kind of ruffle feathers. And anybody who knows me, I know I don't like to ruffle feathers, but I'm gonna have to bring this up, and that is running etiquette. Running etiquette, people were posting about this over and over and over, but what I am trying to urge everybody to do is take responsibility for yourself and start thinking to yourself, how can I help other runners? There was quite a few times that, again, the raising of the hand, I went through this the other video, and I'm going to continue doing videos about that. The raising of the hand was non-existent at that time. People would just stop right in front of you. Guys, you have to be consistent. You have to understand that it's everybody's running, everybody paid. So just think of the other runners. Think of other people besides yourself. Just think to yourself, man, I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to get hurt myself. Because just remember, guys, too, if you just stop and there's somebody running behind you and they hit you, that's your fault. That's not their fault because you just stopped. If you raise your hand and count 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, and they still hit you, then it's their fault because they're supposed to be paying attention to the people in front of them, basically go around them. And again, guys, when the courses get a little bit more narrow, you got to have to watch yourself even more, okay? Little things that I saw that I have to say, it was the first time I saw a lot of diagonal runners. So what happened is they would be on one side and they would see something that they wanted to see over here. They wanted to go visit over here. And instead of basically almost signaling, I always tell people signal. If you're going to be going, just kind of signal that you're going. So that way your intention is known. People would just cut across. And I had quite a few people just cut across me right here. So I had to slow down. They sometimes even stop and and anybody who's seen me run, I start looking behind me to make sure that I don't hinder anybody behind me. So I try to do that. But guys, the diagonal running, just remember there's another etiquette part of that one. So if you're gonna do that, and I understand that, hey, I saw a character, or hey, I want to go to this first aid station and stuff, make sure you signal, do that, do it the right way, guys, and just remember to just help other runners, okay? Make sure that other runners can enjoy the run just like you. Another thing that I saw that I have to point out is water station does have etiquette when you're running. So it's the same thing. You're going to raise your hand, you're going to come over, you're going to get your glass, you're going to slow down. That's going to signal everybody. Now, people should know that you're signaling, when you're starting to go to the water station, that's a signal itself that you are going to slow down, you're going to stop, you're going to get some water. Here goes the deal that I saw, that I witnessed a couple of times. So water stations is for everybody, okay? And I did witness one person who grabbed one. So when somebody was about to grab a second one, they grabbed the second one. So they put the cups together. Then when they went to the next one, the person was trying to grab their first. they grabbed a third. So now they had 3 cups of water. Guys, the best advice I can give you is don't do that. If you notice, there was a lot of people giving out water. So just go grab your one, start drinking, allow other people to get hydrated. Walk a little bit. Once you got a little bit more clearing, you're going to notice that there's more water. So you're going to grab more water, and you can grab more water. You can even grab a third. There is long tables. Those tables are super long, guys. Guys, this is something that's just proper etiquette, guys. I saw that a couple of times, and that's 2 times too many, in my opinion, is just let other people get, their water, because you're not going to be able to drink all 3 cups at one time. Get one. Walk a little bit, make sure everybody's gotten theirs, get a second one, and if you want to get a third one, just walk around, get the third one. It's not that hard, guys, okay? Let's be considerate of other people, especially when it comes to hydration. And the last topic I want to go to when it comes to running etiquette is photos, guys. Everybody sees the little green tents and they said, man, I want to jump for that photo. And what do? They now add the diagonal running. They jump in front of people who are already in their path, and they cover up their photos. Guys, I do this. I always look to see, and if there's a couple of runners and there's a clearing, then I wait, let the runners get their pictures, because again, remember, they paid for those pictures also. Once they clear, then I go, and that's when I go and jump, take my pictures. I don't like to steal anybody else's area, so that way they can get their quality pictures. So guys, just remember that, okay? When you guys are running and jumping, and I saw a whole group that was bragging about this online, and saying, oh, we jumped and everything, and you could tell over and over that they were jumping in front of people, and that causes, that's gonna cause some problems. So guys, please use proper etiquette when it comes to that. I know you're excited, I am too, and I wanna get in front of the castle and jump for joy, and then I wanna share it with all my friends and everything like that, but don't take away anybody else's chance either. Guys, this is not we were talking about this weekend, this is not a PR run, so take your time, take those pictures. You can do that, and you can allow other people to do it. But guys, we all have to work together to do this. But that is basically running etiquette in a nutshell. Again, if you want to take your notes and put down, what did you think about the running etiquette? Did you run into a problem when you were running? And do you have any suggestions that I can cover in sometime in the near future? The next topic is going to be the after party. Well, guys, I went to the after party. I actually went straight to Cosmic Rewind, was able to get on it. Now, guys, if you did not notice this, everybody, from my understanding, because I didn't write it, I wrote it once and that was it, but everybody got Iran. Now, it's pretty obvious why we all got Iran. So a lot of people were coming out going like, man, I wanted this song, I wanted this song. It's pretty obvious, and if we ever have anything like this again, then you know you're going to get Iran, and for obvious reasons, because you just ran. Besides that, I went to the character meet and greets, a couple of them. I walked around World Showcase. This is my take. It was funny because I went last year, and last year seemed to be packed in the back of World Showcase, and especially the photo ops and everything. This year it wasn't as packed. I don't know why, or the dynamics. I only got on that and Test Track, which Test Track wasn't a long wait. I didn't get on the other 3 rides. I just walked around. I left at about a little after about 12:15. By that time when I was walking around, it didn't seem like it was a lot of people, especially in comparison to last year. I don't know what you guys did. I was with friends and made new friends, so I enjoyed that. But I got tired, so I left. But besides that, guys, did you enjoy that party also? What did you guys think? Any suggestions? I've always suggested this, and I'm going to continue suggesting it. I think there should be an area for just the 5K people, 10K people, half marathon, and the challenge people, because that actually helps people interact. And so they went through similar stories, similar experiences. So it helps a lot when people are interacting. What do you guys think about that? So basically that's it. Overall, I think there was almost 12,000 finishers for the half marathon. There was a little less than 11,000 or less than 11,000 finishers for the 10K. Usually there's more for the shorter runs than they are. And of course, they don't have finishers for the 5K, so I don't know how many finished that. But overall, it was one of my favorite runs. And the reason was, and I'm going to go back to what I said at the very beginning of the video, you guys. You guys made it magical for me. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you guys did. Made me feel like this was worthwhile. I had a lot of fun just meeting you, talking to you guys. Guys, would in the future, I even want to say, man, we can have some meetups so we can sit there and we can chit chat. I love talking to you guys. I have an idea about what we want to do with this channel, and I'll share it with you in the near future. So that's it for this video, guys. I'm gonna have the half marathon out pretty soon. But besides that, what did you think? What were your thoughts? I would love to get the pulse of the nation. Send me messages, comment down below. Follow us on Facebook and put the messages there. I was glad to meet all you guys. Anything that you guys want to add, please do so. Guys, I'm going to just say, as usual, create a magical run and see you sooner than later.